he looked and he just grabbed his towel and he went in the shower and he didn't say anything. And I just took my items and I just left. So, and we hadn't really spoken much since.
All right, guys, we gotta talk about a follow-up video from the Pop the Balloon show. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and play the viral clip that's kind of circulating, and then we're gonna play the follow-up video to see if they actually went on a date or not. Okay, so let's go to roll the clip. Let's take a look.
So is it a yes for you for her?
It's definitely yes.
Is it a yes for you for him?
It's a yes.
One of the main things that stood out, Josh, on your segment with Jovanay was when you asked her a question. I know, look, you're smirking. I feel like you know where I'm going with this. Your question was something about like sexuality or whatever it is. And at first she was like, can you elaborate? And then you kind of didn't finish elaborating. She was like, yes. Like, can you tell us like a little bit more detail what you were trying to say?
Yes, definitely. Like I was saying on the show, I feel like, sexuality is definitely a very important aspect in a relationship. And if you don't have that sexual compatibility, then I think that's going to actually make the relationship, difficult. It's going to be very difficult to continue. So, so yeah, definitely. I feel like, definitely a lot of exploration, but within the confines of like my partner's sexual boundaries. Does that make sense?
Okay. So he explained it a lot more now. I'm pretty sure you guys maybe spoke about it later. We don't know yet. Yeah. But what made you kind of say like yes before he was able to like finish fully explaining what he meant?
I felt like I know what he meant to a certain extent as far as just being open to trying new things. Like he said, compatibility sexually is kind of important to a few people. I know that is one thing for me as well. So I knew what he meant, and just kind of saving ourselves some conversation for later. I was like, you know what? Yes.
Got it. And did the question like throw you off or anything? You seemed a little flustered afterwards, but I'm not sure if there was just...
Well, I wanted to know more of what he meant specifically, but I guess when he got to a point where he was mentioning vulnerability and just exploration, I just kind of was like, okay, we getting into some things. Yeah, that's that's what I took from it. So yeah.
All right. Well, that's good. I'm glad y'all were able to understand each other. Us on the back end, we're just looking like, what's going on here? Guess that's why you guys were a match. But so kind of to get into you guys matching. So since you ended up matching, have you gone on a date? Have you guys hung out?
Yes. We hang out quite often. So yeah.
I love it. Okay. All right. How did the first date go?
First date, I feel like it went well. To my knowledge, I think we went and got sushi, I believe, the first date.
We went for drinks at Little Rituals.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yes.
That was the second
get
date.
sushi? It was the same day?
No, that was the second date.
Yeah, second date, yes. But we went to go get drinks downtown at Little Rituals. It was a nice rooftop bar, so
Got it.
nice dim lights and vibes.
And this was after filming, or was it the next day, or?
We went that Wednesday, so it was like about 3 days after, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. And so how was the communication after you matched, like up to the point of you guys going out to that first date?
It was. Go ahead.
Okay.
So for me, I feel like that's something I do struggle with in terms of communication. So like I'm very busy with like the work that I do. So I'm like allocating a lot of my time with clients. So I think that me being mindful with Jovanay, and I think that took some time.
So from the day, I think the show was filmed on like a Saturday. You guys went on the date on a Wednesday. So you're saying it was the communication on your end that kind of pushed the date back to the Wednesday, or?
So yeah, communicate. No, I set up a time for Wednesday. I believe that was on Wednesday because I just was really busy. So that's just the time that I had within what I had to do. So
okay.
Yeah.
If you want to hop in there.
So yeah, the night that we matched, we exchanged numbers and we planned for Wednesday.
Okay.
So that was fine. That worked out with our schedules. Leading up to the date, we had communication. We've spoken on the phone, on FaceTime for about like an hour or so before we before we went out. So we had some communication, but very minimal, like he was saying. But just, like he said, we were filling each other out as far as like our schedule and getting to know each other. So, but it was fine.
Got it.
So let me know what you guys think so far. Okay, so Arlette is saying that they filmed on Saturday. and they ultimately met up on Wednesday. So, what is that, 3-4 days? Okay, I think that's pretty reasonable. Okay, now in regards to him saying that, he looks for sexual compatibility, didn't seem like that was a deterrent in regards to what she's looking for. Okay, it seems like she understood what he meant by that. And, ultimately, obviously, she matched with him on the show, but let's keep going.
And so after that first date, you guys went out for sushi. You said the next date was sushi. Okay, who picked the sushi date?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he texted me the next day and was like, "You got plans tonight?" I was like, "No, I do not."
So it was Wednesday, and right after Thursday, you're out again. I love that.
So-
Okay. So, I mean, the communication wasn't that bad then if you went right in there.
Yeah, like I said, we just met each other, but
Mm-hmm.
once we got the vibes going, of course, I was like, yeah,
That's
let's
good.
see each other again. So
Okay, nice. So, how's it going now? Like, have you guys drinks, sushi? What else? What's going on?
Right now, I think that personally, I know we had some bumps in the road, but
Okay.
I feel like that's not something that we can't get over. So I think this is part of growing, learning process in a relationship. It's like growing pain. So I think that's where we're at right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to talk? What are these bumps that you guys are experiencing?
communication.
It's still happening.
It's communication mainly more so. I try to be as vocal as I can about what my needs are in communication. Like Josh said, it's a work in progress for him. He did mention that was something that he struggles with. And it's weird because it's not like he struggles to open up and share like stories from the past or what have you not. But I think when there's conflict involved, or not even conflict, because I don't feel like we argue, we have a difference of opinions.
Okay.
And sometimes emotions can be involved with that too. And I would say the time frame also of him going about just shutting down is what's been mainly more so an issue.
Okay.
So
All right, so just to give you guys some context, Josh on the show initially did mention that, he has some things that he needs to work on. So, hey, she knew who he was from the very beginning. Okay, it's not to say that she didn't know who he was or he was one thing and then he completely switched up. He was being completely transparent in regards to who he is. She still decided to match with him. Kind of early to have these kind of bumps in the road, so to speak. They just met. Everything should be kind of smooth sailing here. And I don't know if there should necessarily be these kind of communication breakdowns, but let's keep going. Let's see what else they have to say.
And I do recall on the episode you guys were on, I think you asked how do they handle conflict and stuff like that. You did mention you take your time with going at the issue, whatever it is. And I think now you're experiencing that.
I did. And however, in I believe the lineup of me asking a characteristic trait, that was something that he had mentioned may happen. And I just was like, of course, as long as you're able to communicate that with me,
Right.
so that way I can know we're coming back to this or we're okay. That was something that was also like very big for me. So I just think that's where we need a little bit of work on, is just him being able to communicate, because sometimes it's just going to leave me in the
Wondering.
dark. Yeah, in the dark. So, and we're both trying, but I'm trying also my best to be able to kind of figure out what's going on, or, so.
All right, so just to give you guys some additional context here, he's being flamed and roasted in the original video, okay, in the comment section, okay? He's being flamed because basically people are saying that he's playing in her face, he's not very serious, he's a little boy. As you start to peel back the layers here and really dissect what's going on, okay, looking at his personality, it seems like he's a little bit more reserved. He likes to observe, he likes to see what's going on, he likes to take his time. A man of very few words, kind of, the strong, silent type, so to speak. And it seems like she's more on the ball, what's going on, let's get this done, let's make it happen, and possibly impatient. There could potentially be a personality incompatibility here, but let's keep going.
So what do you feel stops you from like just letting her know anything? It sounds like.
That's a good question. That's something I think I'm still trying to figure out.
Okay.
Right? So that's just gonna take some personal growth. But I think as long as Giovanna allows me the patience, as long as she's patient with me and wants to continue with the journey in terms of like allowing me to evolve in that aspect, I think it'll work out. I think the potential is there, and I think that I hope that she would like to see it through. So.
What's his face? What's his face?
It's no face. I mean, Josh knows. We've had multiple conversations just about, I think one thing he asked me also in reverse was like, well, what is a characteristic about you? My patience, because at the end of the day, as
There
long
you go.
as there has to be some type of compromise as far as like asking for that patience as well as giving and trying as well. So I think that's sometimes where we can kind of hit like a bump in the road is my lack of patience sometimes
Okay.
and him trying to come together to talk. I have had conversations with him and I do sometimes hold him to a higher standard with age and experience as well
Okay.
to know how to communicate.
Yeah.
So I think that's sometimes where my patience can come from simply is just like, okay, I'm trying the best I can. I want to make a relationship work. He has experience in relationship. I've had maybe like a year times frame with relationships, so I want to be able to learn these things, as far as communicating better with somebody. And I feel like there's so much potential there. It's just like, come on, you know what I mean? Like,
So that's kind of interesting. Okay, so she's basically saying that he's 39 years old. Okay, she's 28. And hey, she's looking towards him to have the experience and the communication skills in order to kind of lead them in the direction of a relationship. Okay, and I think that's a fair request. Okay, I'm not going to necessarily hold that against her. Okay, we do talk about women being intentional and wanting to possibly get with a man and allowing a man to lead, so on and so forth. And it seems like she's a little bit eager to kind of get the show on the road when it comes to getting into a relationship, so on and so forth. And I don't think that's Josh's speed in regards to him moving forward with a woman. Okay, again, it seems like he likes to take his time. He's more laid back. He likes to observe what's going on, and you can't necessarily force anyone in a situation to, get to the speed of where you want them to operate. Okay, ultimately, it has to be more of a organic situation.
So you feel like you're having to really pull information out of him? Is that what it is?
Information or just him. Honestly, I don't want to say caring, but it's like, what's up? Why are you quiet? You know what I mean? So. Sometimes it can be like that. So,
Okay.
yeah, I try my best to call, talk, and it's like, let's talk the next day or, like, let's leave it alone for right now. And it's just like, all right. So.
Yeah, so for me, like I'm not gonna lie, I do struggle with time management. So I do have a lot of things going on right now. Working on my second master's. I got clients, like I said, and it's I'm just trying to balance it. So yeah, I think that's I think that I have it in me to I think I definitely do have it in me to get to that potential. Like I said before, as long as she is patient, because I think that's something that maybe she needs to work on as well.
So right there is some of the pushback that he's receiving in the comment section of the original video. Okay, because some of the people are saying, why would you appear on the show if you don't necessarily have the time or the skills in regards to time management? Okay, you should not be on the show whatsoever. On the flip side, you could say that, hey, he's appearing on the show. He's being completely honest. He's saying who he is. He's admitting his faults, and he's basically saying, I want to do better. Okay, it's not like he's out here in the club, doing things that aren't necessarily productive. Okay, he's on his purpose. He's on his grind. He's trying to better himself. He's trying to improve himself. And he could possibly be in a mindset where, okay, I'm open to possibly getting into a relationship. But at the same time, I want to make sure that the person that I choose is worth it. Okay, if I'm going to allocate some of my free time away from my purpose onto a woman, I want to make sure that I'm choosing a woman that is worth it. Okay, and he again is taking his time. He's a laid back kind of guy, and it doesn't seem like he's gonna rush into anything. Okay, so if she thinks that she's gonna talk his ear off or finesse him into what he doesn't necessarily want to do or the speed that she wants to take, she has another thing coming. She really does.
So you mentioned like you have like a higher expectation of him because of age. What's the age difference again? How old are you, Josh?
So I'm 39.
39.
And I'm 28.
28. Okay, so that's good for you guys. Like the age gap is not a problem.
It's absolutely not a problem.
Okay.
I like dating older men because realistically, working out for me with men my age, it's I mean, we all are continuously growing and learning.
Yeah.
But sometimes I do really love dating older men because it comes knowledge, wisdom. So I guess with that, there are expectations. Just, with past relationships that I would have expected to kind of allowed you to learn something along the way as well, especially when I'm trying to give it my all at my little age. So, yeah.
Go ahead, Josh. I think you want to say something.
That being said, I think we had this talk, and I said that everyone has different strengths and weaknesses within their lives, and I know that you feel like that should be a strength, but yeah, I may be strong in other areas, but that may be my weakness, and as long as you, like I said, allow me to build up on that weakness and turn it into a strength, I think that the potential is there, because I definitely want to make it work, and so yeah.
Okay, so where are we today? I know you said you want to make it work. Sounds like you also want to make it work, but your patience is running a little thin. So where are we today? Like, if we leave here now, are you guys still talking, or is it like?
Well, you answer that. When's the last time we spoke? I believe Thursday was the last time we spoke.
Today is Sunday.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the longest we've been without speaking. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why? What's going on?
I'm still trying to honestly figure it out. I think that if I could get your perspective, and then maybe because I'm still trying to figure it out. So what do you think happened?
I feel like we've ran into conversation where we express certain doubt that we still may have with each other.
Okay.
Whether that be one or the other up and leaving, or whether that be just the topic of family or kids. Sometimes we just have difference of opinion.
Okay.
And I believe we went out Wednesday. We had dinner. This past Wednesday, we had dinner. It was okay, but also coming into that dinner, we were having a little bit of riffraff of a difference of an opinion. But of course,
you said on the family and children thing?
Yes, it was, and that conversation happened, I believe, Tuesday. So going into Wednesday, the dinner date, we kind of had quiet in the day, I would say. But we didn't allow that to stop us from having dinner. We had a great time. Thursday, I wanted to go over and just speak with him, just kind of fill out the vibes from the conversations that we've been having.
Okay.
I brought some dinner over. I brought some wine that we both like to drink. And I believe we were just honestly talking about, who's going to get in the shower first. I went.
Whoa, what does she mean by that? Okay, she talking about getting in the shower first? Did they smash? Did he clap the cheeks? Let's keep going.
Keep an eye out on my dog for me, like while I'm in the shower. He has a dog as well.
Okay.
So and he has a boy dog. So I just want to be able to make sure that they're.
And you have a girl dog?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And I just want to make sure that they're safe, separate, and not
Trying
hunching on
anything.
each other.
Right.
Yes. So when I asked him if he can keep an eye out on my dog for me while I get in the shower, it was like, well, babe, I want to enjoy my food. Like, I'm trying to relax and enjoy my food. And I guess it made me a little frustrated from the lack of communication we've already been having throughout that week. And also he mentions that he wants children, sometime soon in the future. So I just feel like if we want to have children sometime later in the future, if that's something that we're talking about, and I need you to watch the baby while I go in the shower, when you're trying to enjoy your food, it's like, at what point do we have any type of compromise to help me out? Marriage is always the goal. He still wants to be married and have children, but you don't want to be married and still a single parent doing things on your own. So it did frustrate me. When I got out the shower, he asked me like, yo, what's going on? You kind of saying things in the shower or whatever. I'm like, if this the end. Like, I'm just kind of like, I'm like, can't watch my dog. Like, I need to just shower. Like, and I get out the shower, he's like, babe, what's going on or whatever. I'm just like, it's frustrating. It's really frustrating, our communication, let alone like, you want to watch the dog or excuse me, the lack thereof, and just whatever.
I don't know why she would bring her dog to his house on the date. Okay, if you knew that he had a certain kind of dog, why would you bring your dog? Okay, I'm just trying to figure that out. And she said that she was taking a shower, so I'm assuming cheeks were clapped. Okay, he probably wanted to refuel. Okay, his glycogen levels were low. He wanted to carb up and just kind of relax. Okay, and it seems like she's trying to give him one more thing to do when he just wanted to relax. And if I'm playing the mental gymnastics here, okay, it seems like she's trying to correlate him being a potential bad father or bad husband in that situation, okay? Because, hey, some of these pet lovers view their pets as children, and she's probably correlating the two, okay? That's what I'm gathering here. And I don't think he's necessarily viewing it in the way that she's viewing it, but let me know what you guys think.
He looked and he just grabbed his towel and he went in the shower and he didn't say anything. And I just took my items and I just left. So, and we hadn't really spoken much since. So,
let's hear from Josh as well. Let's
So,
hear from you, Josh.
Yeah, so definitely, at that moment in time, I take full accountability. My lack of consideration. At the time, I just had got in from work. I was tired. She brought food over. I'm not gonna lie. I just ate it. Like
I was like,
I
what?
was hungry.
What about me?
Hey,
I was hungry.
Forget the dog, forget you.
I
My
got a
stomach
fork
comes
too.
first. Okay.
But now that I look back and I can see how the time spent coming to my place and getting everything ready. I could see how much work she put into that,
Right.
and I just felt like maybe I didn't reciprocate that in the best way I could have. So
Okay.
I apologize. I'm a work in progress,
Listen.
and yeah. So
Okay.
It's okay.
So that happened Thursday. So since Thursday, she left, you got in the shower, you didn't reach out to her from that point to talk about this, nothing?
No. When I left, I didn't receive a text message. I didn't receive a call. Like, where are you at? Like, what happened? What's going on? Come back.
Josh.
Just me and my dog left. But yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like I think I said on the show, like I'm the type of person that doesn't I try not to react. I try to respond. So I felt like, all right, let me give some time. That it was heightened energy, heightened emotions. Let me give some time for it to kind of maybe simmer down, and then I could get back to her. So, and I think I think it was okay time frame. Maybe you say different, but I felt like that was my intentions.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I know everyone has their own time frame of what they think is a good amount of time of when it's okay for them to go and talk to someone. So I guess for you, it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 3
Right. It's
3
just
days?
it's just the communication,
Okay.
aspect of it. Like I said, I think, like I said, there's potential, and it is just honestly the in between communication that is kind of where it's been a little bit difficult. So
Okay. Because when you guys are together, are you opening up, and it's more so just if the conflict comes up, it's a little more you kind of don't really know how to handle that?
yeah.
Or, yeah.
wait, so you're asking me, am I opening up during our interactions?
Right. So is the communication all around, where it's just even if you're in person, you can't really open up, or is it more so just conflict based? If a conflict comes up, it's more so I'm going to give that space.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think definitely when it's conflict based, I definitely shut down. In terms of opening up, I think that's a gradual process, and I think I've been doing a pretty good job in terms of you getting to know who I am, maybe some of the experiences I've been through, and what makes me me. So it's mystery in it, and I think mystery is sexy as well. It keeps the vibration highs too. So it's like I'm like an onion. You just gotta keep peeling back the layers, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that.
Okay. All right. Any final thoughts between either one of you?
I don't have anything negative, of course, to say. Josh is great. Like he mentioned, he does do a good job with opening up and communicating in that aspect to get to know him. It is just when we have conflicts. So who knows? We're just going to have to keep working towards our communication and just opening up with each other. And I don't have any doubt that, he'll get there as far as his communication is concerned. So
Oh, I guess I wanted to ask, have you seen improvement from you guys said you had a few other conflicts before this. Is it gradually like getting worse, or
No,
is it?
it's not gradually getting worse.
Okay.
Josh is the type of person where he can hear something that I'm saying and he'll listen. He'll do his best. I can see him trying.
Okay.
But it's definitely not getting gradually worse.
Okay.
No.
That's
No,
good.
it's not there though. So
Okay. Any final thoughts on your end, Josh?
Not really. I think that, I appreciate you, doing your hardest to be patient with me and, still continue to go on this journey with me. And, but just to have the opportunity and experience to, experience you it's a pleasure, and I appreciate the opportunity to get to know you. So.
thank you.
He's gradually getting better. He's gradually opening up. Okay, as she mentioned towards the ending there, it's not getting worse. It's getting better. Okay, so there is progress there. But it seems like he's more of the reserved, kind of laid back kind of guy. And, she knew that going into the situation. Okay, he didn't hide that. He didn't pretend to be something that he's not. It is what it is. Okay, he said who he is and he is displaying who he is. And she knew that going into the situation. Okay, so it's completely up to her if she wants to move forward with this or not. Okay, no one is, restricting her from leaving this situation. Okay, she can get up and leave at any point in time. Okay, but however, she is seeing the potential in the situation, and who knows, maybe there is potential. Maybe over time he will open up a little bit more and let her in, so to speak, and who knows? They could potentially be a match. Okay, that is a possibility. On the flip side, maybe they're not a good match at all. Okay, it seems like she needs somebody that's more, hitting the ground running, so to speak. Okay, somebody that's going to come out the gate swinging and possibly getting into something, more sooner rather than later. Okay, somebody that's over communicating. Okay, somebody that is over communicating their thoughts and, keeping her in mind at all times. Okay, that's what it seems like she's looking for in a man. And, some men would sign up for that. Okay, some men would be okay with that. And again, trying to convert somebody into something that they're not is not a good strategy. Okay, so hopefully she's able to understand that if she's gonna stick around in this situation. Okay, you're gonna have to come to his speed and his level in order to make this work. Okay, if you're gonna try to pull and finesse him into moving quickly and moving at the speed that you want him to go, then it's not gonna work. It's really not. Okay, because Josh strikes me as a man that has options. Okay, if I'm being completely honest, it seems like he's able to attract women, and that's just what it is. So that's probably or another element as to why he's taking his time as well. Okay, he probably has some options, and he's trying to figure out what's the best option for him. Okay, and hey, hopefully it works out for them. If not, it is what it is. Okay, but let me know what you guys think. Provide me some feedback, and until next time.